Hello Egyptology lovers, today we're going to discuss the Stela of Aafenmut. This is a third intermediary period stela top, which is what's basically made of stucco with painted stucco, circa 924 to 889 BC. You can find the stela at the Metropolitan Museum of Arts in New York. You can also browse it on the website. So let's read the description that's provided for by the Metropolitan Museum. This is a small wooden stela topped by a solar barque. So you could see the solar barque over here. This is Ra with a protective uraei in his solar boat. And he's got two oars over here on there. And there are emblems of the east and west. So this is the emblem of the west right over here. And that is the emblem of the east over here. And what you have in the middle is, right over here, is Aafenmut, who is described as a scribe of the Treasury, who offers incense to the sun god Re-Harakhty, who is dressed in a mummified form, sitting on his throne, as well as brandishing the two scepters of power, the crook, the shepherd's crook, and the flail for shooing away flies. He has the head of a falcon and wears the same solar disk that is in the boat, which is identified to him, and it's basically being put on his head over here. Now, in front of them, actually, let me continue saying that the dress that Aafenmut is wearing is a traditional festival dress, wearing a pleated diaphanous robe, a broad collar, and bracelets on his hands or wrists. And on his head is a cone of scented wax that used at parties and festivals, with a lotus bud as well in the front. Between the two figures is an offering table of lotus flowers. There is a goose over here, fowl, as well as bread, fruit, and flowers, and you can also see some grapes down here. Below them is a papyrus reed mat, which is a traditional imagery of kind of reverence. So you put the mat down on the ground before you do anything with the gods in order to show respect. So that is the description of the stela. Let's go ahead and just read the very simple hieroglyphs that are in the middle right over here. So reading the hieroglyphs move in two directions. Over here, these two columns are for Re-Harakhty, and they're facing from right to left. We'll be reading them, unfortunately, in retrograde. So sometimes hieroglyphs move in the opposite direction that they're facing. That's called retrograde. And then the three columns over here are for Aafenmut, right over here, and they will be moving correctly from left to right. So these are in retrograde, these two columns. These three move correctly from left to right as the hieroglyphs are facing. So the first hieroglyph, the column here on top, you might lose the finger mouse because of what I've done before. But here it says, Re-Harakhty, this is his name, Re-Harakhty, which is Horus of the two horizons, the great god who is the lord of the two lands, the lord of the sky, I apologize, the lord of the sky. And then it continues and says, may he be given, so he be given offering and things, right? And it continues over here and it says, to the Osiris of the Scribe of the Treasury. And then you have his name here, Aafenmut. Aafenmut. So this could mean he is great of the mother. And then true of voice, which is a pretty standard blessing offering, which like saying rest in peace. So true of voice. So that's the stela, that's the translation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and leave some comments if you have any questions about the stela. Check it out at the Metropolitan Museum as well.